All right, gearheads, fasten your helmets. We're diving headfirst into the 2021 Formula One season, a wild ride that redefined the sport and left us with more questions than pit stops. Remember the days when Mercedes, with Lewis Hamilton at the wheel, dominated the grid like a king on his throne? Yeah, those were different times. But then, a young Dutchman named Max Verstappen burst onto the scene, a meteor blazing a trail of raw talent that challenged the established order. Red Bull, finally with a car that could compete with the mighty Mercedes, threw their hat into the championship ring, and the stage was set for a battle for the ages. Imagine the electricity crackling in the air at the season opener in Bahrain. It was Hamilton, the season champion, a statue of calm amidst the roar of the crowd, versus Verstappen, the young lion hungry for his first bite at the title. Every corner was a test, every inch of the track a battleground. It was exhilarating, it was intense.
Hamilton season coming! It's a late lunge by Verstappen, who takes the lead of the race!
And it pushed the boundaries of sportsmanship to the limit. We saw a glimpse of things to come when Verstappen took the lead with a move that, well, let's just say the stewards weren't exactly impressed. Buckle up, folks, because this was just the opening act. The entire season became a back-and-forth duel between these two phenomenal drivers. Verstappen, the aggressive youngster with a point to prove, and Hamilton, the experienced maestro determined to protect his crown. We witnessed races that had our hearts pounding. Imola and Spain come to mind, where Verstappen showcased his raw speed, only to be countered by Hamilton's strategic brilliance. But then there were races that left us scratching our heads in disbelief. Remember the Belgian Grand Prix, a washout that ended after a measly 2 laps behind the safety car? Or the Hungarian Grand Prix, where a multi-car pileup on the opening lap turned the track into a demolition derby? It was a season full of surprises, some thrilling, some downright bizarre, that kept us on the edge of our seats. Here's the thing that had everyone talking, though. Was this relentless pursuit of victory pushing these drivers a little too far? Was the fight for the championship morphing into something more dangerous? The crash at Silverstone is a prime example. The two collided on the opening lap, a stomach-churning incident that sent Verstappen to the hospital. It left us all with a sense of unease. Is this the kind of racing we want to see? Is winning at all costs worth the risk? Fast forward to the final race in Abu Dhabi. The championship hung in the balance, a knife edge between Hamilton and Verstappen. Hamilton needed a win. Verstappen just needed to finish ahead. It was a chaotic race, with safety cars and strategy calls that had us glued to our screens, utterly confused yet captivated. Then, a decision by race director Michael Masi threw a massive wrench into the works. Let's just say the way the final laps unfolded left a lot of people scratching their heads and even more, fuming. Look, I'm not here to dissect the rulebook, but the bottom line is this. Max Verstappen, the young challenger, defied the odds and crossed the line first, becoming world champion for the very first time. The crowd erupted in a cacophony of cheers. The celebrations were electric, but amidst the elation, there were murmurs of discontent. Was this a legitimate victory or a product of controversial calls? As a racing fanatic, let me tell you, this season was epic. It was a David and Goliath story playing out at breakneck speed, a season full of unpredictable twists, heart-stopping moments, and enough drama to fill a Hollywood script. But it also left some lingering questions. Can Verstappen and Hamilton maintain this level of competition without things getting out of hand? Where does F1 go from here, with the ghosts of controversy lingering in the air? Here's the beauty of F1. It walks a tightrope between high-octane competition and calculated risk. But the 2021 season pushed those boundaries. Was it too much? Did the fight for glory overshadow the sportsmanship that's core to racing? It's a conversation we need to have. But hey, that's what makes F1 so captivating, right? It's not just about the fastest cars and the most skilled drivers. It's a human drama that unfolds at 200 miles per hour. It's a strategic chess match played out on a high-speed racetrack, a delicate dance between calculated risk and precision. It's about teamwork, the pit crew operating like a well-oiled machine, every member playing a crucial role in shaving off those precious milliseconds. It's about pushing yourself and your machine to the absolute limit, exploring the boundaries of physics and engineering in a relentless pursuit of speed. But most importantly, it's about the stories, the rivalries that transcend the sport, The unexpected moments that leave us speechless. The sheer audacity of human ambition on display. The 2021 season was a Shakespearean drama played out on four wheels. We had the young prince, Verstappen, challenging the reigning king, Hamilton, for his crown. We had battles that were as thrilling as any sword fight, with wheel-to-wheel racing and daring overtaking maneuvers that had our hearts pounding in our chests. We had moments that left us breathless, like the Silverstone crash that sent chills down our spines and forced us to confront the human cost of this high-octane pursuit. We witnessed comebacks that defied belief, like Hamilton's masterful drive from the back of the grid in Brazil, a testament to his unwavering determination. And then there was the finale in Abu Dhabi, a race so dramatic, so controversial, that it sent shockwaves through the sport and left us with more questions than answers. It was a season that made us question everything we thought we knew about F1. Was it a celebration of pure racing brilliance, or a cautionary tale about the dangers of pushing the boundaries too far? The controversies added a layer of complexity that some might find frustrating, a tangled web of rules and interpretations that left even the most seasoned commentators scratching their heads. But here's the thing. F1 isn't a fairy tale with a guaranteed happily ever after ending. It's a ruthless, unforgiving sport where the stakes are high and the margins for error are razor thin. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows, and sometimes the decisions made in the heat of the moment might not be everyone's cup of tea. Sure, there will be crashes, there will be controversies, there will be moments that leave us questioning the fairness of it all. But that's also what makes it real. It's a reflection of human ambition, of the constant push to be better, to be faster, to be the one standing on the podium at the end. It's a sport that isn't afraid to get its hands dirty, a sport that thrives on the unpredictable. It's a sport where rivalries simmer for years before exploding into epic battles, where strategy calls can make or break a race, and where a single corner can change the course of a championship. Imagine sitting on the edge of your seat, heart hammering in your chest, as Hamilton and Verstappen battle for supremacy, each refusing to yield an inch. Imagine the roar of the crowd as one driver makes a daring overtake, the collective gasp as another grazes the barrier. F1 isn't just about the technical aspects, the horsepower, and the downforce. It's about the emotions it evokes, the way it taps into our primal need for competition and pushes us to the edge of our seats. Now, let's delve into the heart of the matter, Verstappen's victory. Was it a coronation of his undeniable talent, a culmination of years of relentless pursuit, or was it a product of circumstance, a twist of fate brought about by a controversial decision? There's no easy answer. Verstappen had been chipping away at Hamilton's dominance all season, showcasing raw speed and a growing maturity in his racecraft. His win in Abu Dhabi wasn't a fluke. It was the culmination of a season-long effort. But the way it unfolded, with the late race safety car and the debatable decision to allow lapped cars to pass, left a bitter taste in some fans' mouths. Here's the beauty of F1, though. It gives us something to debate, something to dissect with our fellow fans. It keeps the conversation going, long after the checkered flag has fallen. So, was Verstappen's win legitimate? Should the stewards have handled the Abu Dhabi situation differently? These are questions that will likely be debated for years to come. And that's perfectly all right, because in the end, it's these very discussions, this passionate engagement with the sport, that keeps the fire of Formula One burning bright. So, let's get this conversation started in the comments below. Let's hear your thoughts, F1 fanatics.